It's time for Apex Legends to join the biggest esports event on the planet. 40 teams are about to battle for their share of a whopping $2 million. So let's meet our contenders. Standings in the Apex Legends Global Series rankings are the defining factor for team invites, and 4 distinct regions fielded their representations. We begin our journey in North America, which is nothing short of packed. A lot of stacked teams came to the Esports World Cup from this neck of the woods, with TSM, not least, and none other than the mighty trio from Team Falcons leading the charge. Jumping over to the Emea region, some familiar faces decided to climb up the ranks and secure their spots. Most notably, Alliance, one of the stronger contenders, and Aurora Gaming.
Welcome back, everyone, to Apex Legends at the Esports World Cup. I'm your host, We the People. Today is the day. It's Championship Sunday. It's Apex's famous match point finals, where teams have to hit 60 points and win one more game to be crowned the winners. 20 teams have been eliminated over the last 3 days with some of the most intense Apex the world has ever seen. But it's not over, not yet. Today, 60 players, 20 teams, $2 million, but only one winner.
Going into finals, we've always said we're just gonna focus on ourselves. Like, we don't care about other teams, we don't care about anything else. Like, for us, it's all about us. Like, as long as we play our game and do what we need to do, we can win.
Looks like we are loading into our first game of our grand finals here in Riyadh at the Esports World Cup. And like I mentioned, Apex Legends certainly has not disappointed. We are live, and it's time for us to get our match point finals underway. We're down to 10 squads now. We're about to get into the single figures, and look at Aurora spraying down on the second level of this bridge. Already Evos, they're going to be dangerous.
Some heavy hitters still left in this lobby. Aurora, Alliance, FaZe Clan, Team Falcons.
They're sending it.
Aurora are sending it. LGD down. FaZe Clan also full. It's 6 kills now for Aurora.
Well, the big thing here for them as well is that Kajak was still on his feet. He's on the lifeline. He can get that res almost immediately here for Aurora. Elsewhere, you can see Team Liquid trying to move in, and it will be Alliance who fall.
Alliance fall, but it's not all done yet. But Liquid turn around. They get the core swaps, and they can still do the damage here and adding to those previous points they found in the group stages.
11 kills alongside the 12 placement points for Mizuchi means 23 in total for them. And I've got to say, got to kind of call myself out. It looked like DMS were in the best spot, looked like they were the most comfortable, and I think I said something along the lines of they should be the calmest in this situation. Well, that decision at the end was anything but calm. It looked a little bit antsy, it looked a little bit desperate. And like you say, mistimed when it came to that final push in that final moment. Team Liquid in second with 7 kills alongside their placement points as well. And you've got to give a huge shout out to Neazor, the Pathfinder. He managed to make some magic happen.
And of course, alongside the 6 points that Mizuchi started with, it now has them on 29. So almost halfway towards that threshold already after the first match. It does happen, and see if it does happen, because I don't want to get people too excited for it. But teams I'm going to be looking out for on Storm Point, Twisted Minds, Alliance, and SSG. All 3 of those teams, the majority of their success and their wins came on Storm Point throughout the previous days here, whether that was in Last Chance, whether that was in group stages, but I'm going to be keeping a keen eye on all 3 of those. There is genuinely 6 teams in these 2 buildings that all have to move at the same time. It's FaZe, Aurora, and Guild who are the only 3 who are not within this current building set. This is going to be carnage as everyone leaves. This is where you need to either get out early or be the last to escape, or just say, look, we're not going to win this game, we need kills.
Elevate Bleed on the low ground. They have the evac down. They were trying to use it for the smoke combo, but you have to wonder if maybe that's going to change and they think about using it as an escape route. Very, very tough to do, as Fnatic probably thinking about something very similar. You saw them trying to think about placing down that evac tower to get ahead of the traffic, but instead UKF, he's going to turn his attention to players on the outside. Great shots, takes them down a flash. As Aurora now, from their southern position on this zone, watch all of this happen in front of them.
Aurora are focusing on Guild, by the way. This is huge for them as Guild get eliminated. That was one of the teams not in the buildings. This is opening up for another fantastic game here, and it could be Aurora getting the W if they play this right, but now everyone's leaving the buildings at the same time.
Yuka trying to use that mouse and keyboard movement to stay alive and let Satsuki come in and clean up the damage. Twisted Minds will be eliminated in the meantime as Leica is left on his own. Fnatic will be eliminated as now we find ourselves with 6 teams. Make that 5 as ExoClan will fall as well.
There's that top 5 we were talking about for Aurora, and they get the chance to reset as we see FaZe and Alliance eliminated, and Aurora keeping Lifeline on the map as well, sticking to their tried and tested, and we saw multiple times how that Lifeline comes into the equation. That quick tap to get the res can be everything.
And that's huge, right? They picked up Kajak because maybe they felt that Hardeki, who they had on the roster previously, was going down a little bit early sometimes and not being able to have an influence as an anchor player, as a last alive, to get them back on their feet. So a shout out to Kajak and how he was playing Lifeline in that game. And as we look at our series rankings, that puts Aurora up onto the top spot.
I said that Mizuchi were closing in on the halfway point to the threshold, but they picked up 0 points in match number 2.
I'm getting word that game number 3 is ready to go. Thank you so much for your patience. Let's get started. Let's see our pros jumping off from the ship, because we saw some very last-minute changes on some of these POIs.
Yeah, Ichola's Laser, they were the ones saying, we're going to mystery drop, we are going to mix it up, you cannot predict this. If they can make their way down, there is one over there in Countdown, but it looks like Alliance is actually going to hold them out. Meanwhile, LGD trying to hold Space Station out on the other side.
LGD, though, have managed to take that evac out of here. Space Station with only Zainu here alive, but he could get the res, as they were already able to get away. Team Liquid finally get called out. It was a very difficult rotation with Alliance trying to circle keep you. It's going to be even more difficult, though, looking at Alliance, unless they have an evac tower, to completely go over the rest of the lobby that have already found themselves in Skyhook.
I'm going bottom floor, Get in. I got it back.
Frantic comms coming in from Mizuchi here. They force their way into this building, and you can hear in their comms the confidence as they not only gatekeep one team, but are now in the same building as Alliance and LG.
Waltzy, the most polite comma in the entire Apex Legends scene. He'll say please and thank you, and you'll get the job done. And well, you can't argue with the results. Mizuchi have been doing so well. Second place already. Alliance go down at the hands of Sykes' charge rival there. They know when to switch it around. They get a skyhook zone, they play it safe, keep on blues until very late into the game, and that nets them 18 points, but beaten out by our first place team, Gaming Gladiators, with 22. Let it lapse at that point. They don't do everything by the book, and then all of a sudden, you know, Gen 1 clips you and it can turn around, so they play it safe, and they do end up winning our match 3.
And I'm loving how competitive this lobby has already shaped up after 3 games alone. Look at this, Elevate, Bleed, stay up on top with 36 points, but just a 1-point difference between themselves. Second and third place, Aurora Mizuchi still tied, 35 points apiece. But it's crazy, even looking at Team Falcons, you could hear the crowd going crazy for this squad, as you could expect, sitting in 5th place, but also highlighting, looking at Falcons and Alliance, maybe those advance points, you know what? Not really giving them the leverage that you could expect when it comes to going into a finals lobby.
Well, I'm super keen to get our first look at this map today. Well, me and you, obviously, we have seen it once before already. Not a huge amount of contests that we're seeing across either of these maps so far. Teams much more willing to back their own macro, their rotates. They don't want to leave it to chance. The other one is just to try and make sure that, you know, they know where the teams and the threats are around them.
Definitely a different plan out here. While Effect with the beam does not win his trade versus JMW. From Blacklist, playing a little separated with Hakis, is able to find a finishing blow here to trade for trade. Hakis having that red though, looking so scary, especially when he's got that gold prowler in hand. The Motherload, unlucky on the other side, has to reposition. Only Hakis could give him that suppressed fire, while on the other side, on the circle here, Elevate, Bleed, take out Mizuchi after they were trying to get the res, completely wiping out the squad that was just responded. It was like a bullet difference. It was like a bullet difference, as you saw right there too, because Hakis had just literally just fried him when he was so low. We are getting a quick pause for right now, but I love being able to see where our pros are at within this pause, because you can see Alliance were very low, but they will be able to heal within the zone before they do approach, but they will be gate kept by the likes of DMS.
I think for him to be scouting around and trying to work out where GHS can find a little hole in the next zone to move in. Is it past Team Liquid or is it past Aurora? Alliance, however, they're all the way on the north side here, and they've got DMS penned in this bunker.
And that's with them successfully being able to get the reset, and they successfully get the first knock onto Taskmaster. Hakis slides in, but he needs some backup. Alliance, Effect was forced to have to pop the shield back. Unlucky follows up, only one left from DMS. Alliance successfully come out on top, but on the other side, let's jump into a listening with Elevate as they fly into the next zone.
There's one guy right behind you. It's a Watson. This is going to be the worst player on that
smoke
fucking
now,
team.
Smoke now.
You're back. Bro, fuck, man. Give me that wrench.
Here, I had some Eddie. That's all I have. Crossing white truck.
This team is only going to focus up, so what we have to do... Tell me ult cells you have. Tell me you got one. Please tell me you have one.
No, 0-0.
Damn it.
These comms are phenomenal. Zach Mazer is locked in, but they lost out on one, and LG lose out on their lives. Effect with the clutch, keeping the dream alive for Alliance. Look at Effect, the way he fixes his posture real quick, and so that way now they can get the shield swaps here, and they can get the reset.
Yeah, space by space, Alliance move their pieces forward, and with each one they have taken a life. Trading some kills in that one. You know, maybe they've got an agreement about who gets the MVP, Vicky. Alliance, they've moved up top now. One by one, they have been crushing through their competition. They don't want to go underneath. Falcons have got that locked down. They're halfway to Reds. They've been doing so much damage and just really holding down the fort.
Oh? Maybe holding it down. They know it right there. Yeah, Alliance get taken out by, look at 2 different teams.
If we take a look at our standings for this match, you can see Team Liquid has added yet another 21 points to their score. 17 for Falcons, who are yet awaiting their game win, but doing quite well to stay involved, stay aggressive in these in-games, and it looks like things are getting better and better for them. Dragons, pick up 8 more points. That's great from South America. GHS and Fnatic round out our top 5, with Alliance been picking up a nice 12 points there, which, remember, they averaged 13 points on Storm Point, as Privacy noted.
Absolutely, and we talk about the way that South American teams have to get here. It's brutal. Everything that we saw yesterday, where only 2 spots are on the line, that's what South America's qualifiers are for every single LAN. And so the teams that have to make it are the ones that go through the bloodbath and come out on the other side.
It's an amazing look here. Falcons, as you can maybe hear, if you didn't, we heard it in our studio.
It's Team Falcons who are the closest right now, 11 points away from getting to that threshold. Can they find that consistency as we move back over to Storm Point? We heard the analysts talking about the drop spots and the potential rotations that could happen, but of course that's all going to be dependent on where this zone goes.
Dan staying on Storm Point, we're going to World's Edge. It's all good though. A lot of teams at the moment are fighting out for that point, for that 1 or 2 points they need just to get over the cusp to get onto match point. This could be the one, not just for Falcons though. There's a couple of other teams who can get there as well.
But at the same time, they're thinking, well, actually, where we currently hold is a pretty good building. They don't have the zone information just yet. They don't know that they need to move, as Aurora have been able to bypass like 6 teams here to now challenge Elevate Bleed for this position.
And you can see it's a challenge. It's an interesting kind of battle, this one, right? Because you're looking at Aurora, and I'm not mistaken, they were all on red Evo armor. So they're thinking, we have an armor advantage. But that Kraber completely changes the context of that fight. So the push they were probably thinking of, they then back up and have a second thought and think, hey, we're just going to leave these guys behind right now because one good Kraber shot, and that could be the end of our game. Mizuchi, we mentioned how Stax was where they were fighting initially. They're still on this side of the mountain range, and now they're going to have to take to the skies and try and wrap around.
Well, Mizuchi didn't want to go through the Bolt Tunnel because it was being held, and we'll see where they land a little bit later as LG still commanding space over towards Lava Siphon and looking to try and take a little bit of high ground here just in case there is a team that's trying to challenge them. They look okay for now as Dragons Esports eliminated in 15th. So LGD are trying to get out of this vault.
Yanya barely any health to work with, but he got the knock onto Mingyi, and then that means that LGD will be down in numbers as the res will now come in. One thing that makes that a little bit more comfortable for Team Liquid here is, of course, the gold res. So now they can get back up to their feet with a little bit of armor, a little bit of health to play with, as Aurora will be eliminated. Elevate now down on this low ground. That's one of our teams who are chasing match point. They're gone.
Well, to speak about what's happening elsewhere, FaZe Clan do have the best position on the map at the moment. Alliance, Guild Esports, and ExoClan all still alive on the west, though. But SSG still have an opportunity, even as a duo here, to really disrupt this final circle.
This is a big chance for Alliance. The reason I say that, the top 3 teams coming into this game have all fallen short of match point. They are out of this lobby, so Alliance have points available to pick up. It would have to be a big game, a monster game, a ginormous finish to this game for Alliance to hit match point, but it's very, very possible.
And how many times have we said Alliance, they turn up in the group stages, but they do not switch on in the grand finals. They could prove everyone wrong if they would be the first team to cross match point, but they also have to cross this map, and there are so many teams with eyes on them at the moment. EXO are above them, Guild get eliminated, but it's still FaZe Clan in the best spot on the map.
Alliance are going to be vulnerable. They need to focus their attention to the teams to their northeast at the moment, which is what they're trying to do. And Hakis has found a Kraber. No better weapon in the game for Hakis to demand some space.
They are very aware of the team above them, but Hakis knows there is a team behind the rocks. And of course, SSG still trying to make their way in. And Hakis says no, see you later, SSG.
Oh!
4 squads now remain, and Hakis is popping up for Alliance.
It's the collateral after the body shot coming in from Hakis, and now he sends it. But Effect is now left on his own. He wants KP, but Alliance will fall as we move into the top 3. And the dust settles on World's Edge. It's FaZe who take home the win. 6 kills alongside the 12 placements. It's 18 in total for them.
But like you pointed it out, the teams who are leading the way, the teams that were closing in on match point, did not put up the numbers to get there. And it opened things up, not just for Alliance, but for this entire lobby to say, actually, we can get into striking distance now, and we can join you for fighting for match point. FaZe Clan, 2,500 damage. ExoClan, 2nd place. They went a little bit quietly through the map there to find themselves in the top 2.
Well, I was going to say, ExoClan were actually the team for the majority of the game that were holding down the position that FaZe essentially ended up winning the game from. It'll be interesting to go back and see what happened in and around that platform as numerous teams moved in and obviously saw that as a priority position to try and take away from them. And now as we look at the leaderboards, you can see essentially not too much has changed. Falcons closer, but so are the chasing pack as well to that magical 60-point mark. Well, here we go then, headed into match 6 of the day and a change of scenery once more. We're back on to Storm Point, and we are still looking for our first teams to hit match point. Now, it's an interesting conversation that in itself, isn't it? Usually we're looking for the team who's going to hit match point first, but there's so many at the moment who are just on the precipice that it might not be one. We could see 2 or 3.
Yeah, at this point, it's who's going to get it and when are they going to get it. But a few more games, or maybe even just next game, it's going to be who isn't going to hit match point, because it gets to that scary point when it is this close that you could have 1 or 2 make it here, but then the following game you see 3 or 4 more join you, and that's when you really have to seize that opportunity of being one of the only teams on match point. I will say 12 of the 14 teams have made their way into this circle, but DMS and ExoClan are going to disrupt them here. There is definitely going to be fights that happen, but is it going to be the outsiders? No, Exo goes down, so 1 outsider falls. Alliance still fighting tooth and nail to stay alive here, but Hakis goes
big
down.
Damage from Hakis, but are they going to be able to capitalize? Effect, playing down the knockdown shield, big damage, but Alliance will fall as well! The final 5 minutes or so of this game has quite simply belonged to Falcons. On that high ground now, Twisted Mind's having a fight with GG. GG down to Just Blast. He's playing behind that knockdown shield on height. Manages to get the knock onto Easy Flash himself, but back on board with Falcons now as Twisted Minds will be eliminated.
Look at the amount of space that Team Falcons have been able to take here with these fences. This win is up for grabs. FaZe eliminated. 3 teams now remain. The smoke and fire are about to come out. All the information you could want as Team Falcons look to try and make it a victory.
Ex-Cholos Laser make their move onto Falcons, but through the fire and the flames, they will carry on, picking up these kills. Imperial Hell will get 1. He gets the shield swap as we're down to just 2. It's GG on the high ground. It's a 2v2 in the lobby. Spraying through the knockdown. That'll get rid of that. There's the knuckle cluster as well. They have to fall into the grass of Falcons here. And if you know anything about Falcons, it's not just about achieving 1 goal. It's doing it by winning the lobby. They just need 1.
It's bit by bit. You've got to climb. You've got to try and find this bit of damage to work with here.
They're going to have to drop here. Imperial Hell will wait. And when the drop comes in, Falcons will stand tall! As its match point hit! And boy, does this crowd love it as well. 28 points on the board as Falcons put 16 kills alongside that first place.
I mean, the crowd are cheering 1 more game. You're guaranteed at least 1, but will that be the last one? As Falcons on to 80 points. They said, we see your match point threshold of 60 and we will crush it. Because not only now does that put them onto match point, but also you've got to think about the grand scheme of things.
Team Falcons, the only team to be sitting at match point. Let's dive into game number 7, World's Edge, and see how this plays out. Will Falcons have to worry about another team sitting at match point, or will they take it home here? Alliance at 52 points. The team that has the most points, with Mizuchi being right behind him at 51, Aurora with 50. This is so insane. Alliance make the call to go in for the immediate rotate, but let's not forget Aurora have taken the spot that Team Falcons would have rotated from the high ground.
And you're seeing how Pathfinder changes these lobbies a little bit too. We haven't seen him for quite some time, but
Drop from the high ground are currently looking at Alliance here. They are holding so much space when one of the members of Aurora over by the south side looking at DMS, looking at Mizuchi, but they cannot give this opportunity to Alliance.
Kazakh peeks his head around with the Devo. Doesn't quite get the knock though, and with Pathfinder grappling in to try and put Pay to this great position that Aurora trying to hold out. Alliance also 54. It seems to be the unlucky number in this lobby. Not so here in Game 7. 4 teams now stand with a chance to win $600,000 in Match 8. That's Falcons, it's Aurora, it's Mizuchi, and it's Team Liquid. Aurora, they really capitalized on that high ground. We talked about it was a fantastic position.
couple of the other teams, they had to scrap to get out of Fragment, and once they did their best, but it wasn't enough to deal with our Emea Warlords.
I cannot believe what a game changer that was. We went from only Falcons sitting at match point to now a total of 4 teams, 3 teams in that game alone. With our 4 squads already at match point, can this be it? Or will we welcome more teams into the competition?
There they are, all 60 of our competitors on the stage, on Storm Point, in the arena, in the hunt.
Aurora get taken out. That leaves only Falcons, the only match point team in the lobby alive.
Somehow, with 9 squads left, only 1 is there. Hal finds the perfect spot for Fuse. Ticking away, this is why he is leading damage on this team.
Leave a little something for Fusey here. Look at that tick damage, look at that pressure. The knuckle cluster, the space, LGD on the low ground. Dragons Esports get eliminated.
He's got about 1,000 more than anyone else in this lobby to this point. And they don't just want those records on the stats, Vicky. They want the trophy, the money, the glory.
The best spot though for the rotate. If Falcons wins this is very possible for them. Alliance get the trade though. They find Hakis, but Effect found Hal. Zero, you cannot miss those. The Alliance get taken out, but so do Falcons. Are you kidding me? Effect just saved this game. Effect just saved this game, and Gaming Gladiators are now at match points. The Bang ult just saved this game.
Gaming Gladiators, who stopped them all and got to match point, and now are in a position to end it. They're also in a great position in the club championship as well, Jayhawk, which is a huge motivation for teams like that. I kind of want to, just because it is Emea, and we do have Nasky here, get your thoughts on what it would mean for Emea to hoist this trophy. Anybody in that region, you all have played so well this tournament.
To leave us in a position where one more game is what we need to decide if it's going to end here, if it's going to end now, or if we're going to keep this thing going.
And that's why it's the best format in the world, ladies and gents, because we do have at least 1 more game, if not 2. Make it 3, who knows?
Make it 4.
At this point, with how this lobby has been, 5 teams on match point, 5 teams with a chance to become the champions here at Apex Legends at Esports World Cup. But there is still teams chasing. Alliance 1 point away, FaZe 3 points away, Elevate Bleed 6 points away. If we don't get it done here, 3 more teams could be joining match point.
Liquid are currently holding the entirety of that building structure, by the way, so I think the Mizuchi want to try and force them away. There's a big damage, flesh damage as well, and Waltzy almost gets the pick with that Hemlock. Sweet in the kill feed as well, he's taking down Hakis. And I have not seen Alliance manage to convert 1 point to get onto match point yet. Now they do get it by the looks of things. Alliance, thanks to the kill and the finish from Effect, will hit 60 points and will be up to match point, even though they have just been eliminated.
Alliance just scraped over the threshold. Dragons Esports just been eliminated as well. So now 19 squads down to 17 as things start to pick up here. The action's starting to get a bit faster, and FaZe Clan also eliminated. But remember, they hit match point as well. They just need to hope they will get a chance to play for it in match 10.
They were burning thanks to the ultimate coming in from the Fuse. Now there's a bang off for them to try and chunk as well. Zero's doing damage himself. GG are gone! GG are gone! Falcons are the last remaining match point team!
It's Falcons versus 3, but Gen falls! Hal and Zero, hand in hand, what can you do together?
It's DMS doing the damage. 4 squads remaining. Gen Burn holding that knockdown shield. Trying to do what he can to keep his team alive. They're going to try and stick the res here.
Surely
the EMP goes down.
Surely not.
Can Falcons get Gen back to their feet? Yes, they do.
It's a second chance, a bite of the cherry here for Falcons, and they're back to a full 3. But the zone is closing here. Someone needs to shoot them, but no one is. Gen falls again.
Gen will fall. Zero will fall as well. And it's up to the CEO. A man who has pulled off so many famous rap plays in his time, and I tell you what, there might be another one here. How? Barely any armor to work with. Gonna get the shield swapper. Here comes the challenge, and we will go again! We will go again here in Rio!
As DMS cross the match point threshold, and DMS keep us going. Tried as they might to get into that zone, but boy, were they not allowed. And now it means that DMS joined them. I'm fairly certain Elevate Bleed joined them on match point as well.
Things just start going their way, and they turn it into a championship victory. Well, the craziest thing about that was they felt like there were those moments. Jim Burton gets back on his feet. How? Crap. Managed to climb up and crouch behind an entire team. You're like, wait, surely not. But it was not to be, as we now see 10 teams, half of the lobby is now on match point.
Well, if you want to see more Apex Legends after match 10, then you're looking at 11th through 20th and saying who can find a win over any of those teams in the top 10. It was 10 matches. And we said, well, it's not going to be 10 matches this time. We go to match point format. We'll probably finish in 7, maybe 8. But no, we have reached 10 yet again here at Esports World Cup.
And just to put it in perspective, what's on the line for these players? Imagine it's a 3v3 to win this tournament. 2 match point teams facing off against each other. It's a $225,000 difference.
Well, they do have a respawn beacon, but will you get the opportunity to actually get that respawn? We've already seen 2 so far. LGD full, kill feed starting to explode as everyone's moving in. House taken damage, so's Jen Burton. Falcons have fallen, and Falcons will be out of match 10.
Guild Esports fall as well, another one of our match point teams, which now puts the pressure on to Team Liquid. Alliance have gone as well, and that's another match point team falling. Liquid have the height. Liquid might just have this game in their hands, but look at Aurora. It's been a game of respawns for them, but they're still in this. As A2 are pinched between Luminosity Gaming and ExoClan. Taskmaster's got a Kraber! Taskmaster just killed Sweet and Fuck! What is going on?
It's Taskmaster against the world. It's a 1 versus X here for Taskmaster.
No Kraber ammo to work with, Doran, even though he's just done something nuts. We keep it going here in Riyadh. I cannot believe what we are seeing.
If you thought 10 matches was insane, how about 11? Thinking maybe this is going to be done, but Exo keep it going and keep Team Falcons' chances of winning this alive. ExoClan, 24 points, 12 kills alongside it. DMS were the last hope for this to be done in match 10, by the way.
By the way, I need to go back and watch what happened for the POV of Taskmaster, because all I saw in the kill feed as we switched to his POV is Funk down, Sweet down, Kraber. He might have just collided a boat.
Well, it is only 11 teams on match point, and I say only because only 1 team joined the 10 we had previously.
After such close calls, I mean, we can't ignore, Gino, the last time we were on the mic right now, the last time we were able to see this game go the distance, we only had, what, 4 teams at match point? We have 11. Let's get started, everyone. Is this it? Or are we gonna get more Apex? Find out now as we get started from the dropship.
The last time we saw 11 rounds of match point on LAN was in Poland, Vicky. That's how far back you need to cast your memory to find a series this epic.
I love Apex Esports. They swoop in and now they take the high ground from the archway of the bridge.
It seemed like it was only a matter of time before TL went down. Alliance don't want to meet the same fate, but it seems like they will. Dragons Esports again. Coming at these teams like a ton of bricks, and now they're up to 56. Unfortunately, one's boxed, one's knocked. Could be the end of their spoiling actions for this game.
At least they were able to drag these bodies around throughout the lobby when it mattered. But still, it's just a shy of a few points away from also hitting match point unless they keep the dreams alive, with the Watson being the solo in this lobby. Huge bang ult from Strafing Flame right now, waking up finally. Elevate still with a crumb inside the circle, hiding in that building. Aurora, there is 3 Seer exhibits on the map. Alliance finally get called out. They finally get eliminated, and Sykes is going crazy in the feed.
They play their own style with the lifeline. Can they be the team to say, we're the best? Not only that, we don't play like anybody else.
Juggling through art stores like it's a circus out here. Dancing around, LG looking at them. Legacy still on the low ground, but Aurora dropped down? Aurora dropped down? They give up the high ground? Are you kidding me?
They're giving this to LG.
Free for LG. We are going to another game of Apex. I cannot believe this, ladies and gentlemen. LG get to walk in for free. And we get to see another game of Apex Legends. To be in Aurora's minds right now, I just truly would love to understand the thought process of giving up that high ground. Looking at LG, maybe feeling the pressure. Oi Rain with the 5 KP, taking the headshot headhunter, dealing the good amount of damage out here on board. But this is what we all want to look at right now, with LG getting 80 points now in total throughout the entire match series, meeting up with the rest of the match point teams. 12 total teams at match point, more than 50% of the lobby. Going on to another game, breaking records. Here we go, everybody. Thank you so much for your patience. We are fully loaded in as we get started on Storm Point.
Quite a few teams were banking on that. They're going to be sadly disappointed. Perhaps not as much as GG, who missed their next chance for match point.
And they were able to tie their points with DMS at 90 points. Let's not forget that second place gets $375,000. Third place with $200,000. Aurora's still alive, but they have the same issue that we were talking about earlier with Team Liquid. Etolos are looking at them, and Mizuchi still alive here by that choke.
Falcons in an incredible position. Potentially only beaten out by Alliance, but Alliance's spot is a little more open.
To be safe, to prevent themselves from getting pinched, we tune into Alliance. Blacklist get taken out, so does Space Station, and they really only have to worry about the likes of Twisted Mind from that direction without giving up too much space.
And that's 2 of the teams not on match point. Twisted Minds trying to get a reset. I think they actually will manage it on the northeastern side. Mizuchi taking a lot of fire from LG up on high.
Alliance need to make sure that this entire side of the zone is clear, while now LG from the skies are about to land in the direction of Team Falcons.
There's one of those evacs we talked about. Of course, they didn't get to move out of their zone, so you can see they're still very far from purples. That makes it extremely hard for LG. They have to play smart. They cannot take too much damage. Well, they will get sent upon by the teams like Alliance, who can bully them close to red. Effect, only 1 Havoc mag away. Now, finally, forced out of their bunker, they have to try and fight Fnatic. Very helpfully, Effect will remove one of them as they go forward. Perfect timing. Does Alliance know they've just helped out one of their fiercest rivals?
It has to surely end here. It has to. The only person alive is Twisted Minds as a solo. Our last 4 squads here at match points, surviving here. Team Falcons now, something to highlight. Alliance again do not have information. They do not have Seer.
LG pull up, they put down the Seer ultimate immediately. The swing, I don't think Falcons were fully ready for it. All of a sudden hiding, cowering behind this knockdown shield. Sweet, once again.
Oh no.
Will be the spoiler, or can they turn it around?
Keep it cool here, keep it cool. Funk in a 1v1. This can matter everything here. Twisted Mind has just responded 2 players. Twisted Mind, the only non-match point team, has responded as Jen tries to clutch this.
This 1v1 goes on for so long!
He didn't get it! He didn't get it! Oh my! Team Falcons get eliminated in the lobby! They get eliminated at 4th! Alliance and Luminosity are the only 2 match point teams alive! And Luminosity has a duo!
But they took so long in that fight. As you say, they lose a member, and now Twisted Minds push in with game 13 on their backs.
No way! No way! Twisted Minds!
Surely
Twisted Minds! Alliance are eliminated. LG has a duo. Twisted Minds with the clutchest res in Apex Legends history.
A 2v3 with full red armors. I don't see how Twisted Minds can lose this.
This has been the best Apex Legends we have ever seen. Twisted Minds with the EVA 8, with the fresh res. We may be going on to a game 3. I believe in LG on this fucking clutch.
Sweet falls down by himself. Now Funk with a sliver of high ground will try and make this happen. But Twisted Minds!
Before that game.
23 points.
Before that game, Genome, Twisted Minds was sitting in 14th at 53 points. They had not hit match point yet. Now they sit at match point and they take another game. We are seeing more teams at match points. We are seeing, what, 75% of this lobby at match point? Are you kidding me, Striking Flame? Look at this. Look at this. 3K damage. Striking Flame on another level.
The GOAT of Apex South right now. There have been other games. Not a single player in the lobby has got over 1K damage, and Strafing Flame gets 3,000 damage. What a hero performance to send us into the longest LAN match point series.
Well, here we are then, everyone. Wherever you are across the world, you're about to be part of history. History that is being written second after second, game after game. And one way to start this next game is to experience the emotions of our players. We're going straight into a listen to kick off this next match.
Yeah, they've taken the Northwest, but there is a team behind them, and I am curious about what they're going to say. Let's jump into a listen.
Full armors in tunnel below us.
I don't think anyone's fighting one shot joke.
Okay.
There's still an evac. Yeah. Come back.
Wait,
Yeah. Place it, like left side of the hill.
like
They're
here?
shooting us from the building. Place.
Okay, place it. Does it reach?
Wait a little bit. I think.
We're going. Silos. I'm
Yeah,
getting
maybe.
shot.
Just follow me.
I'm picking up. I'm cracked. Fucking shooting me.
Land,
Just ping it.
yeah, land silos. Try live. We have to carry man eventually.
You have to smoke me.
Yeah, I'll smoke straight away. Look. Bang on us, trying to nade us.
I'm out.
Can you heal?
No, I cannot. No, I'm just dead.
Go look at building. Okay. I'm just chilling. Fighting.
I'm trying to call. I'm trying to stay alive.
We're fine here. I take them.
Yeah, I'm okay.
When you have smoke.
You're shooting me. I'm dead. I'm dead.
Fine, sure. Follow me. Now, right now. Okay. Guy on you. Two guys. No. I'm ready.
Fnatic gone, FaZe Clan eliminated, Space Station Gaming eliminated, and it might be Falcons who follow next. Zero on his own, Zero no HP, Falcons will not win it here.
It's Falcons again. They're in first place on points, but cannot get over the finish line here. But will anyone find that victory? Out of the teams that are on match point, Mizuchi will not as Timmy falls. LG, though, will be on top, will be able to survive this one. And remember, there are other squads in this area. Aurora, they were struggling earlier. DMS also here, as well as Guild. It is getting packed here at Tree. But they still have a lot to do because they're on the north side. The zone is still shifting south. Zach's gone down. Nox gone down. It's down to Lou.
And it's the nades that are doing the damage. Elsewhere in the kill feed, it's also the bow check of Hakis. And when have we seen that before? Alliance impacting these moments. LG are sticking the respawn themselves onto Sweet Dreams as we jump over to DMS who are doing likewise.
Twisted Minds have taken a lot of damage here, but Strafing Flame has done crazy things before. Can you get back up? Guild, also a 2. All these northern teams, by the way, are losing players. This opens things up for Alliance, opens things up for Liquid, opens things up for LG on the south.
Guild trying to survive here. Jesko has to pop that Barry. Alliance are going wild in the kill feed at the moment, by the way. They are killing everything that's in front of them. DMS will survive and will be able to get the armor spots, but no, they won't, because it's Hakis again! From distance, from downtown with that boat check. Guild Esports eliminated. We're down to 7, DMS full 2.
Alliance are reigning supreme from the southwest at the moment. Look at the amount of space they're commanding as Twisted Minds fall. 5 squads left. 4 of them are on match point, and Blacklist International are sending it over onto Gaming Gladiators, and they get the first knock.
Blacklist International will take down GG. And a reminder that if Blacklist win this game, we will go to a game 14. Alliance, though, this is their chance. This is their opportunity as they sweep in, they wrap in behind. The spray coming in from Effect is devastating as he takes down 2 members.
That's 2 members of Blacklist as Alliance look to close this thing out against them and get these 3 kills and ensure we have a winner here in match 13. All the meanwhile, by the way, LG and Liquid are just sitting, watching, waiting as the exhibit goes down to give information.
Well, look at the space that Alliance now have. They have swept the entirety of the south side, the north side of this zone. Everybody else is either within the building on the south side or just outside of it. Liquid, Blacklist International, who I'm pretty sure is just 1 player alive.
Yep.
And Luminosity Gaming, who are a 3, have to leave as the zone will push them together. Alliance, you don't get a bigger chance than this. You've got a chance to do it for Emea.
$600,000 to the winners, and they can almost taste it at this point, but Liquid still fighting as best as they can to get out of this building, but they are struggling. LG are holding them, and remember, a solo rat still below them here.
Blacklist International still with that solo. And that's one thing that we haven't had today is a solo rat winning, and that would keep this tournament going. But for Alliance, it's about cleaning up here. Like I said, it's the golden opportunity. It's the dream opportunity as Blacklist International will fall, and this will be your final game. We will crown a champion.
Alliance, who are touted as group stage players, the boys that could never get it done, the boys who always struggled in finals, have this game in their hands, and it's now their chance.
LG are down, and Alliance will do it! The doubters, the haters are silenced! As Alliance will finally cross that line, will step over from finalists to champions, and will also become the first from Emea to claim a LAN championship.
"13 matches it took to find a winner here in Riyadh. And it's Alliance, it's Emea who get to raise that trophy high, who get to put their key into that trophy and crush the 19 keys of the other teams in this lobby. It seemed like maybe this tournament was never going to end. But Alliance, when the opportunity came their way, boy did they seize it. And you couldn't ask for a better team to win. You know how badly this team have wanted to be here, how badly they've wanted to silence all those doubters, silence all those haters. Well, this is their moment, not just for themselves, but for Emea too.
For Hakis to lead through multiple years of competition with different teammates, but one thing has always remained the same, and that is the support from the Emea region, believing he would be the man to send Alliance to their first championships. We're going to send it down to Peeps to speak to the Alliance boys.
What's going on, everybody? I am here with the Esports World Cup Apex champions, first in the history. Absolutely insane. I mean, listen, $600,000, the first ever Apex World Cup Esports World Champion. What are you going through? What are the emotions? What does this moment mean to you?
I mean, first white land win, first of many, of course. Just gonna keep dominating now, hopefully. I don't know, we're on game 14 or something. I am completely empty, like I am drained. I have no feelings right now, I'm just dead. But yeah.
I mean, that was the longest LAN in Apex history, so I can't imagine what you guys are feeling. Can we get the key master here? I need you guys to enter your key into the trophy to officially become the Esports World Cup champions. And guys, I need you to lift that trophy up in the air right now. Crowd, make some noise. Games didn't go your way. What were the team comms in between games, and was there anything that you guys had to change to make sure you guys had this sort of outcome?
Just never give up. Like, we mentally reset every single time after every game. Like, we were like really down bad after the one game, but we almost won. We got third place. We were really down bad. Like, reset, go again, and we did it.
I mean, you heard it here. You never give up. In fact, I got to talk to you, the human aimbot over here. You guys are the 4th team in the 5.5 years of Apex LAN history to win a LAN, all right? What does that mean to you, and does that put you guys in the conversation as a super team?
I honestly have nothing to say. I'm just speechless right now, but we're gonna dominate now, and it's one out of many LANs that we have won. And it's crazy that we played 14 games, and it's actually lucky that we got to play so many, because at the end I got like second breath. I went fucking crazy in the end.
All right, well, you heard him. He went crazy. Well, listen, we have our MVP, Hakis. All right. It is well earned. It is well deserved. But listen, it's because of your phenomenal performance, but not only that, because of these two guys. Talk to me about your teammates.
They played amazing this LAN, you know, we kind of changed up our role synergy a little bit, where I take a little bit of a safer position, you know, play a little bit more support, let them be a duo and play together and just kill everything. Like, the thing we've been practicing the most is just letting them 2v3 every single team in the world, so even here we can do it, so
you heard it there, 2v3 anything. That is the amazing, amazing comment for you guys. And now a message to your family, your friends, your fans, everyone who supported you. What do you want to say to them?
Shout out to everyone, shout out to the Alliance community, shout out to my beautiful girlfriend, shout out to my family, shout out to my teammates, our org Alliance, all our sponsors, and yeah, it's been an amazing event. Thank you for having us.
Fellas, give that trophy one more lift. Crowd, one more time for the Esports World Cup Apex Legends champions.
Yeah, inside and the belows. Two solos, baby.
Okay, chill.
Oh my god, baby, we bring this shit home.
Chill.
Shut the fuck up and shoot.
Yes.
Solo on the right.
Shoot on.
Solo inside and on the right, okay?
Yes.
Shoot and knock down.
Yes, crack them.
Come on. Last one inside. Two guys.
Yes, dead.
Let's go!
it was more than just a win, Lauren. It was catharsis. I said that word before. It truly was this time. So much for Emea, so much for their own individual journeys. And if you notice, there was someone there who, I've mentioned Poland a couple times, was a player in Poland, Pie, who's been hanging out now as a coach for Alliance and obviously a huge part of this team. His experience, while he hasn't been able to win those championships now, he does it in a different role. There's just such a group story that you gotta love here for Alliance.
I mean, I ran into them while they were doing the media stuff before the tournament even got started, and it's just a connected level for Alliance that exudes family vibes, right? Like, they are there supporting each other through every single step of this process, the good, the bad, even all the way up the organizational ladder of Alliance itself.
Yeah.
They are all so dedicated to seeing this team succeed, knowing the potential they always had, and just falling this shy of it. Now it's completely unlocked.
It's an amazing thing. It's an amazing feeling. You don't often see this in sports and esports as well. A lot of teams struggle and just never make it to the top. They get it close, but look at this. They get that once-in-a-lifetime chance. To them, they think there's going to be many more, but at least for now, the champions walk. They get to go look at that key that will ultimately be placed in the totem in Riyadh to represent the winner of Apex Legends for 2024 at the Esports World Cup. Across this tournament, we've also got 2 more keys in different games being put into that totem, and it will signify excellence in this year that will never be forgotten, truly cementing your place as an esports icon. It also means that they'll be able to do another ritual, which is they get to keep 3 of certain members that they played, certain teams that they played's keys, and they also get to crush a lot of other keys as well. Jayhawk, that dynamic, it just adds a little bit of a story. Who do they choose to crush? Who do they choose to keep? How does that, what's the pick there? If you had an idea of what they might choose to crush, who would that be?
I mean, first off, you're going to pick Falcons. I think every team, if you could beat Falcons, that's the one you pick, because we've been talking about them as the super team. They're getting all the love, all the praise. Almost all of our talent team picked Falcons to win the whole thing, and you're the team that finally gets to beat them. You got to crush their key, even as a sign of respect for how good they were.
Let's wrap things up here. I want to go down the line. You guys have been phenomenal this week. It's been such a pleasure working with you. Jayhawk, your final thoughts as we get these scenes of Alliance about to lift that trophy that they've earned so well today.
Congratulations to Alliance. At our last LAN, we saw APAC North finally lift the trophy. Now we've seen Emea do it, and I really think it's just the story of Apex Legends. Finally, the world has become a little bit more balanced, and they're starting to catch up and realize how to play this game and how to win.
I think people are also starting to catch up what this game has in terms of potential and especially in terms of excitement, Ben. This was one of the best tournaments I think that has happened all year in any esport. I don't know if we could replicate this ever in Apex. It's going to be incredibly hard, but Alliance to come out on top, I mean, that's a little bit of history they will never forget.
Yeah, I think I speak for so many of the fans out there when I say, Emea, we finally did it. This tournament, though, has been a remarkable addition to all of these players, all of their opportunities, and for so much of the practice that they need on an international level. And for Alliance, it's something that not only will they never forget with the win alongside them, but something that will help them grow as a roster.
This squad, so many players, so many managers, so many support staff that have helped make this a reality, so many journeys that, as they say, are just beginning. Glitter, is it fair to look at this tournament and say that Apex is just beginning as well?
You wouldn't think that that was true considering how long we've been around for now, but I feel like every year we get better. It feels like it's a fresh restart now. New eyes on the game, new regions that we're playing in, new experiences, new winners, new regions at the top. It is a whole new ball game, and it's only going to get better from here.
And if you're a fan, as you see the Prince getting ready to take some photos with Alliance, one of the honors here, a big Apex Legends fan, we heard as well, so we feel honored that our esport is much loved. One of the biggest things is that Los Angeles, where we saw APAC North just a few months ago in May,